Let's be honest. The moment a woman begins to treat you differently, your instincts notice it before your mind can explain why. Something changes in her tone, in the way she pauses before replying, in how she looks at you when she thinks you aren't paying attention, and if you've been truly observing, you already understand this truth. When a woman consistently invests her energy with intention, presence, and emotional effort, she is no longer deciding whether she wants you. She is deciding whether it is safe to keep you in her world. Listen carefully, because most men overlook this. They search for loud signs, dramatic confessions, or obvious declarations. But female psychology rarely works that way. A woman almost never announces attachment openly. Instead, she reveals it quietly through behavior that cannot be maintained for long if it isn't genuine. If she prioritizes you when she gains nothing from doing so, that is not casual interest. If she remembers details you barely recall sharing, that is not simple politeness. If her mood subtly shifts when you are present, that is not coincidence. Emotional investment always leaves traces. Always. For a woman, attraction is not only about desire, it is about emotional safety combined with admiration. When those two forces meet, her behavior begins to change in ways she may not even realize she is revealing. She might start including you in her future language without consciously planning it. She may defend you in conversations when you are not around. She may watch your reactions more carefully than she watches her own reflection. These actions are not random. They are unconscious signs of psychological attachment. Here is the part most men misunderstand. When a woman treats you with steady softness while maintaining subtle emotional control, she is not playing games. She is protecting her vulnerability while hoping you notice the investment she is making. Without directly saying it, she is asking a quiet question. Do you recognize what I am offering? Many men damage this stage because they chase reassurance instead of recognizing what is already happening. They ask for labels, rather than observing behavior. They try to force certainty when certainty is already present through her actions. And without realizing it, they communicate something powerful, that they do not trust what is being given. Confidence in dating is not loud dominance. It is quiet awareness. It is the ability to recognize emotional effort and respond with calm presence rather than anxious questioning. Once you understand this, you stop chasing clarity and start embodying value. A woman who is emotionally invested does not need to be convinced to stay. She only needs to feel that her investment is understood. And genuine understanding is rare. That is why many men lose something that was already leaning toward them, not because she lacked interest, but because he never realized she had emotionally chosen him long before she ever said it. Here is a truth few people explain. When a woman consistently gives attention, emotional openness, and natural care, she is not deciding whether you matter. She is waiting to see whether you recognize that you already do. Most men only realize this after the energy fades. You might think attraction is proven by what she says, but what truly reveals attachment is what she does when she doesn't have to do anything at all. Watch the moments where there is no pressure, no expectation, no reward for her effort. That is where emotional truth appears. When a woman begins adjusting her behavior to maintain connection with you, something meaningful has already happened inside her. She is no longer evaluating you from a distance. She is participating emotionally. And emotional participation always carries risk. A risk women do not take casually. If she checks on you when your energy seems off, if she senses your silence and responds with presence rather than distance, if she gives attention without needing to be asked, understand this clearly. She is not testing you, she is attaching through care. Female psychology is deeply responsive. A woman moves toward what feels emotionally grounded, not perfect, not dominant, but grounded. When she senses stability in you, her behavior softens because her mind stops preparing for disappointment. She allows herself to engage without defenses. This is why she may gradually become more playful, more open, and more subtly affectionate. It is not sudden attraction. It is emotional permission she gives herself once she feels safe enough to invest without regret. And here is something most men rarely notice. When a woman is genuinely interested, she does not constantly try to impress you. She relaxes into authenticity. She shares thoughts without filtering them. She shows imperfect moods. She stops performing and starts revealing. That shift is more than comfort. It is trust forming in real time. When she includes you in her routine naturally, she is creating emotional closeness. When she values your opinion even when she disagrees, she is signaling respect. When your presence brings calm rather than tension, she is associating you with stability. These behaviors are not accidental. They appear when her internal question changes from "who is he?" to "what are we becoming?" But there is a delicate moment here that determines everything. When a woman invests quietly, she begins watching something specific in return. She observes whether you meet her energy with composure or with anxiety. She is not searching for perfection. She is searching for emotional leadership. Emotional leadership is simple, but rare. It is consistency without pressure, interest without desperation, warmth without dependency. It communicates that connection with you is stable, rather than fragile. It shows her she can lean emotionally without carrying the entire weight alone. If she treats you with attentiveness, remembers what matters to you, respects your space, and naturally returns to you, she is already choosing connection. She may never announce it or label it, but her behavior becomes her language. And when a woman communicates through behavior, she often reveals far more truth than words ever could. Most men are taught to listen for statements. Wise men observe patterns, because when her actions consistently move toward you, her heart already has. There is a moment in every connection that many men only recognize after it has already passed. The moment when a woman stops evaluating and starts investing. Nothing dramatic happens on the surface. No announcement, no confession, just a quiet shift in how she treats you when you are not trying to impress her. Watch closely when she begins caring about your emotional state without asking permission, when she senses tension in you and softens her tone, when she listens not just to respond, but to understand. That is not friendliness. That is emotional alignment. Female psychology moves through stages before attachment forms. Curiosity, observation, cautious engagement. But once she crosses into genuine investment, her behavior becomes consistently present in a way that is difficult for her to reverse. You might notice she mirrors your pace rather than controlling it. She allows silence without withdrawing. She becomes more receptive to your perspective even when it challenges her. These details are not small. They are signs that her mind has stopped preparing for distance and has started allowing closeness. Attraction for a woman deepens through emotional predictability, not routine predictability, but predictability of character. When she understands who you are across different situations, she relaxes, and when she relaxes, she invests. That investment quietly says you are no longer temporary in her perception. If she trusts your intentions without constantly demanding proof, she already sees you as significant. If she values your presence more than external excitement, she is prioritizing connection over stimulation. That is not casual. That is attachment, forming beneath ordinary interactions. And here is another truth. A woman who is emotionally invested does not need to chase you to reveal interest. She reveals it through consistency, through attention that does not fluctuate with mood, through choosing closeness even when distance would be easier. But this stage is fragile, not because her interest is weak, but because her vulnerability is increasing. She is revealing more of herself, while still unsure how deeply you understand her. She is watching for one signal above all others. Whether you are grounded enough to receive what she is giving without destabilizing it. Many men sabotage this moment by trying to accelerate what is already unfolding. They push for reassurance. They demand definitions. They mistake quiet investment for uncertainty and introduce pressure where trust was forming naturally. When a woman treats you with patience, attentiveness, and calm emotional presence, she is not undecided. She is observing how you handle being valued. That observation determines whether her investment grows deeper or quietly retreats. Because the rarest thing a woman can give is not attraction. It is emotional safety combined with admiration. When she offers both, she is no longer asking whether you are interesting. She is asking whether you are steady. And the man who understands this does not rush the process. He honors the investment through his behavior. There comes a quiet point where a woman stops protecting herself from connection and begins protecting the connection itself. You will not see fireworks. You will simply feel steadiness in how she treats you. When she begins considering your perspective before making decisions that affect both of you, she is thinking relationally rather than individually. That shift reflects internal commitment long before external labels appear. If she communicates to maintain understanding rather than to win arguments, She values harmony with you. If she corrects misunderstandings gently instead of escalating them, she is protecting emotional continuity. If she stays present during difficult conversations rather than withdrawing, she is investing in durability. Female psychology attaches to reliability experienced over time. A woman becomes emotionally secure when she feels her vulnerability will not be mishandled. And when she feels that security, her effort becomes intentional. She may encourage your growth. Respect your boundaries. Show appreciation without being asked. These behaviors are not strategies. They are instincts activated by trust. And here is the truth: many men only learn too late. When a woman consistently treats you with steady warmth, quiet loyalty, and emotional presence, she is no longer exploring possibilities. She is responding to what you already are in her world. She may never say it dramatically, but her behavior communicates something simple. You are no longer being evaluated, you are being experienced. And real attachment lives in that space. So, ask yourself honestly, if someone treated you with patience when you were difficult, stayed present when you were silent, respected you without demanding you change, and chose you through consistent action, would you recognize that as real connection? Or would you only understand its value after it disappears? Write your answer in the comments. Your truth might help another man see what he has been overlooking. And if this message reached you at the right moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear what most people never say out loud.